Okay, well, it's Funk Doctor 100, and what we're doing here is I've got a whole bunch of questions about something. We'll start with why. Um, Back in the late 90s, maybe the early thousands, I remember there was a documentary called Who Killed the Electric Car? Now, when I watched that, there was a small segment about this guy named John Hutchison who was apparently doing incredible things with Tesla coils. They showed him like levitating wooden objects and plastic objects. They showed him crush um, like a big rectangle of supposedly iron and using sound or magnetic waves of some sort crushed this thing from the inside out. And I was so stupid interested, so I went and find information on this guy. I can't find anything. Like literally nothing. And again, this was the late 90s, early thousands. It was not the internet that we know today. There was a lot less info on the internet at the time. So I just trumped it up to the guy doesn't have his own webpage yet, and I left it alone, and I forgot about it. Years and years went by. That was in high school. And then in 2010, I decided to go back to school to be an electrical engineer. And while I'm going to school, of course, in the industrial/transformer class, we're learning about this John Hutchison. Again, we watched the same clip from that same documentary, and then something else that he had done for the TLC channel back when it actually was the learning channel, not, reality show bullshit. And again, I got ridiculous interested in it, so I started looking him up again. And aside from a few bullshit sites based on misspellings, all I found were people. John Hutchinson or Hutchinson. I couldn't find this Hutchison cat. And here's his thing right here. And it's funny, I don't know if I'm in the Truman Show or I'm stuck in the Matrix or what the hell's going on, but it's odd to me that every time I get interested in something, like something that I forgot about a long time ago, we'll take Hook for example. A few years ago, I forgot about the movie Hook. I saw it in the $5 bin at Walmart. I grabbed it. I'm raving to my kids about how great this movie is. They're going to love it. We get it home, put it in the DVD player, not 30 seconds in, does my girlfriend come walking out with a Facebook post from Entertainment Weekly or something about how Robin Williams just died. I shit my pants. Now, I get this all the time. And this Hutchison, this is another case of that, because in 2010, 11, I was going to school, like I said, and I came across my memories of this guy, and I wanted to look him up again. Well, you can see here that this YouTube channel was conceived about 4 years ago, which would be 2011, 2012. So right after I became interested in him again. But I already wasn't looking by the time this happened. So, while we're in the business of just naming unexplainable phenomena, much like this Mandela effect that is currently taking over the internet, I'm just going to call it the Matrix effect, because I've had that my whole life. It's really weird. But aside from all that baloney, this guy, these videos, right? So I get back interested in it. I'm looking it up just a few hours ago, and he's got all these videos that seem to be scientific. Then at the same time, this cat can't spell erosion correctly, which leaves me at a loss. But he's also figured out the fountain of youth, apparently. He's a gun enthusiast. Apparently, even owns or curates a museum of some sorts that has to do with military weaponry. And then he's got all these videos called The Guessing Game, where in each one he's supposedly trying to replicate his Hutchison effect, right? And through some research, I figured out that this guy has not pulled it off. he can't replicate his results. So this one here I watched. A lot of these I actually did watch. I don't know why they don't say it. And so I'm going through, right? And this guy, supposedly a great theoretical physicist, is apparently working with our government, with the Canadian government. There's all this information. Here we go, Rational Wiki. It says right here that he is a Canadian self-proclaimed inventor who claims to have discovered and promptly forgotten his secrets of levitation, free energy, and how to make certain metals simply vanish. He also works for the U.S. military while living in Vancouver. Okay, so I'm not really going to get into reading the whole page or anything. Because I'm not doing a documentary on the guy. But did you just go back and pause it, whatever. So here I am getting back interested in him. And it's odd that now there's this overabundance of information that not only simply didn't seemingly exist, even though this looks like a fairly old video, and all this information supposedly from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s. But now it's all here. Couldn't find it before. Now it's all here. And there's quite a bit that actually is completely discrediting to him. And I start to think, that he's one of those like, oh, I figured out the mysteries of the universe and now they're trying to take me down. I really was starting to buy into that, I thought. So I'm here, I'm going through his videos, and the more I watch, the more I see that he's not doing it. He's not doing anything special in any of these. And I'm like, okay, maybe he's just having trouble. Maybe they're right about the fact that he can't get it right again, but, it's still propaganda. They're still trying to make him look like an asshole for figuring out the mysteries. And then I start coming upon stuff like this here. And this is weird to say the least. I'm like, what in the purple hell am I looking at? And it's John Hutchison. Of course, I had to do some... Sorry about that. I didn't mean to be that graphic. With a supposed scientist, wiener. But... what the actual fuck? And I just can't believe it. I just couldn't believe it. Like, no. That's ridiculous. He's just having... That's someone else. So I started looking for some kind of information about this. And interestingly enough, there's more weird videos on his page here. Obviously, you can check it out for yourself. Mr. Naughty. That sounds scientifically sexy to me. Doo-doo. And then at the same time, we got this Tesla's wireless electrical system in a box. There was one that was like 30 seconds long. It claimed to teach you how to make a free energy battery, but it didn't. It's just, he's just like plugging light bulbs into copper shit. And the light turns on and he goes, oh my God, and turns it off. This here is a laser light show on his ceiling. Look at this here. Look at this here. Did you want to talk about getting creeped out? I'm like, why am I never finding information on this scientist? And then this is what I'm finding. He's doing videos like this. With a towel and a blanket and his dog. What the fuck is happening? Is he purposefully discrediting himself? What would be the point of any of this, right? So here I go. I actually started searching for the name of the alter ego of that woman he was dressed as. Now apparently he has even spoken with Jesse Ventura on the radio. But what we got here is a classic. Yeah, okay. This is John Hutchison's IMDb, the Internet Movie Database. biography. Now you know where the pause button is. You can go ahead and read it. What's interesting is there's a ton of misspellings. It's completely bonkers if you read it. It's nutsers. It doesn't make any sense. It's weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense as far as the English language is concerned, but it's weird. And then in the end, am I nuts? Or did he write his own mini biography on IMDb? And fully embraces this Carla Conniption bit. If you even look right here, John is a guest on Paris Hilton's BFF show years after he met Miss Hilton. So he's best friends with Paris Hilton? This guy? This doesn't make any sense. I don't care if you like, comment, or subscribe, but if somebody could please explain what is happening. You go ahead and comment or let me know what's going on. If I'm ignorant, if I'm stupid, and you've got the info and I'm just a retard, I'm fine with that. Tell me. Because I gotta be missing a piece here. There's gotta be there's a wrench in the gears because nothing. Things aren't making sense anymore. This is wacky. Peace.